Hello and welcome to Mr. Peña Has Flipped. In this lesson we're going to be looking at different transformations with the absolute value function. And there it is. F of x is equal to absolute value. Has the two little bars on either side of that. Now this is lesson 2.1. So we're already moving on to the next lesson on this. And the absolute value looks like that. Kind of V-shaped. And the V-shaped has a vertex at 0, 0. Now what we want to do is we're going to be doing different transformations with this shape only. Alright, so what is this going to do? Adding the 3 here on the outside of the absolute value, what is that going to do to our graph? Well, if it's on the outside, I think it's going to move it up 3. So let's see what it does. Yep, moved it up 3. Okay, this is a vertical shift. Okay, vertical shift and then up. Okay, 3 units. Alright, well that's one thing we're going to do. Now instead of adding, what if we take the absolute value and we're going to subtract something to it? Okay, this is still on the outside of the absolute value sign right there. Well, if the other one went up with a plus, I think it's going to go down this time. It's going to go down 4 units. And there it is. Okay, shift it down again. So it's a vertical shift down. Okay, vertical shift down. There it is. Alright, now we're always going to start with the V-shaped absolute value thing. And this time we're going to do something on the inside. Okay, notice that this is on the inside of the absolute value sign. Now it's not going to be up or down anymore because that was on the outside. This is going to be left and right because it's on the inside. And let's see what it does. With a plus sign, it's going to move to the left. Remember, it's backwards. If it's inside the absolute value sign or parentheses, it's going to move to the opposite side of what it says. So this is going to go left 2 units. Okay, instead of right 2 units. And once again, we're starting here with the absolute value. And we added a number inside, so this time we're going to have to subtract the number inside. And the other one went to the left, so I think subtraction is going to go to the right. And there it is, move to the right. Okay, move to the right, so moved right. Okay, 1 unit. In this case, so it's on the inside, so it does the opposite thing. Alright, absolute value again. Now no more adding or subtracting. This time what we're going to do is we're multiplying something on the outside. Okay, this one right here. Now notice 3 is bigger than 1, so it's going to do something to the graph. It's going to change the shape of the graph. So there it is. Okay, it gives it what's called a vertical stretch. Okay, vertical stretch. Now write this down. Okay, by a factor of 3. Alright? Alright, by a factor of 3. So if this number is bigger than 1, it's going to make it skinnier. It's going to give it a vertical shift. That's a proper term. Alright, well here's absolute value. And what if this time you have a number outside multiplying, but the number is between 0 and 1? Okay, it's less than 1 and bigger than 0. Well, if the other one gave it a vertical stretch, I think this one's going to kind of compress it. It's going to push it down. Okay, so this is called the vertical compression. Okay, compression. Okay, by a factor of 1/2. Alright, here's absolute value again. Now what are we going to do this time? This time we're going to do a minus sign on the outside, okay? Notice this is on the outside. So you got this right here. What is that going to do to our graph? The negative on the outside. Well, there it is. It's going to reflect across the x-axis. Okay, this is a reflection. Okay, across the x-axis. That's when it's outside, okay? Alright, Here's the next one. What if it's on the inside instead? This one right here, it's on the inside. But the other one was the x-axis. I think this is going to be the y-axis if it's on the inside. Yep, there it is. Now it looks the same because all I did was reflect it across the y-axis. This is on the inside. Okay, so it kind of reflected on top of itself. So you can't really tell. Okay, reflection across the y-axis. Okay, remember these, write these down. Alright, so this time what we're going to do is we're going to do several things to it here. Okay, we got a minus sign outside, we got a +2 on the inside, and then we have a +1 on the outside. Alright, so let's do these things one at a time. First thing we're going to do is this, okay? What does the minus sign outside do? Alright, well, it reflects it across the x-axis. That's the first thing that's going to happen, okay? Now, what about the second thing it's going to do? It's going to flip it across the x-axis, but now it's going to move it to the left 2. Okay, move it to the left 2, and it flipped over. Now the third thing, let's see what that does to it. Whoa, that one moved it up 1. That did that. So there's 3 things that happen here, okay? And the 3 things were, okay, reflect, okay, across the x-axis. That's one thing that happened. So it flipped it over, okay, but don't say flipped it over. Next thing, it moved left 2 units, okay. Whoops. Alright, I'm having trouble writing here with this thing. Alright, so it moved left 2, left 2 units. And the third thing that happened, alright, it moved up 1 unit. Alright, so you're going to be doing an assignment in class on this. Thank you, and see you in class.